What's up, guys? So welcome to part 2 of this 2005 Gsxr 1000 motor issue. Like I said, you saw in the last video, we put the clutch back together properly with that Brock's clutch mod, and I knew the way it was sounding that I knew it was going to be something in the transmission. We do have a chain sprocket kit here for this thing also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and drop the motor on this, and this is kind of like a three-piece case. You know, you got the oil pan, the lower half of the transmission, and you have a cradle that holds the crank to the upper half of the crankcase, where you don't have to take the head apart, you don't have to take the rods and stuff out, crank out. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna drop this motor off camera. I'm not gonna sit here and do it in front of you guys. Nobody wants to watch a time lapse of that. Maybe some of you guys do, but I'm not gonna film that. We'll drop this motor. So the next thing you're gonna see is me with this motor flipped upside down with the oil pan ready to come off. All right, guys, here we are 2 hours later after making a few phone calls for customers, and a couple customers stopped in, dropped it off. All right, so we got the motor out. I don't have a proper stand for it here. Best I can do. Got the clutch out. We got the shift shaft out. We got the oil pump gear out of it. Shift detent, star, all the clutch stuff. You guys can see that's all out. And then all this stuff over here on this side's out. Got it flipped upside down. So the next is we're gonna go ahead and pop off the oil pan real quick. You might hear my kids running in and out because they are outside playing. So we're gonna go ahead and pop off all these 8s. These all should be the same length. Stick those off to the side here and grab a dead blow, knock that loose. Now I heard something in the inside fall. That's scary. Could be a part of the transmission. All right, so look in there. There are metal chunks all up in this bad boy. So that's gonna be a lot of transmission. Good part is this here is just silicone on the outside. We'll clean all that up and we re-silicone that back together. Oil pressure valve release, pull that out. We'll check that, set it off to the side there. 2 tins, take the siphon pump out. If I can remember, I put my tin at now. All right, found my tin right in front of me, of course. Take the siphon pump out here real quick, the pickup, oil pickup. Make sure you get the O-ring out. Try to keep it semi in order here, but I'm not really too worried about it. I know how it all goes back together myself personally. Guys can find a manual online for this. All right, so let's grab a flashlight. Let's take a look down in here. See what's going on in the transmission, because I heard a piece of something fall. I can feel it catch right there. Don't know what it's catching on. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna split this bottom part of the case off right here. That'll take all these 8mm bolts out, and then on the other side there are some, well, I should say 6x10 8mm heads, and there's some 8mm bolts on the other side with the 6 Allen in them. Those will come out, and this whole case half will split off. So let's go ahead and just start yanking out some of these bad boys. Good to keep these guys in order so you know how they went. What ones have washers, what ones don't. That should be all my 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that should 12, 15. That should be all of those. I'm gonna try to set these out in the order they go in so I don't mess them up. When we do put it back together, I probably should grab a cardboard box and stab them in there, but I don't have that at this moment. This one in the middle. And this guy up here out to the side. Double check all that, make sure they're all gone. I believe those are all gone. So now I'm actually gonna go ahead and put this long one back in to hold the bottom case on while I take the top ones out, and then we'll pull this bottom one out when it comes time to split the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and lean this heavy thing up here, and then we'll go ahead, I don't know if you can see, we got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be 6. Pretty sure it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts that run through and hold this lower case half on. Again, this has almost like another case half cradle that holds the crank together, which is controlled by this and some other bolts. So let's go ahead and grab our 6. See if this impact's got enough to get them out, or if I'm going to have to use a ratchet. Yeah, figured I'd have to use a ratchet at some point. And we're just breaking them loose. We're not going crazy out, we're just breaking them all loose. And then once we get them all broke loose, then we'll go ahead and loosen them up some more. But those were actually really, really loose already. Not a big fan of that. These weren't too bad. All right, so let's go ahead and take all those out real quick. Like I said, those run down to that bottom case half. We will have to get a new output shaft seal, clutch seal over here on the side. We got a clutch cover gasket. Sorry if it's windy, I got a fan blowing on me. It's supposed to be like up to 107 degrees today here. So I'm really interested to see what's going on with this transmission in this thing. Ooh, that's tight. Again, this is a 2005 Gsxr 1000. That one has a wash or a copper washer on it, right here. This one has a copper washer on it up here also. All right, I believe that's all we needed to split that case half off. So I'm gonna roll this thing back over. It's been a long time since I had to do an 05. Let's grab our dead blow and see if we got everything or not. Yep, sure did. Didn't take much. That is all silicone parts. There we go, transmission's out. There are O-rings that go here, 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 and here, and here. We're probably gonna get some new ones and just replace all those since we're there. No point in putting back together the old ones since we're already here. So let's see what is going on with this transmission. All right. So you know, as we spin it, we could feel it smack around. We heard something fall down in there. I'm looking at the shift shaft. It's not too horrible. We'll have to pull it out over here, take this screw out, and we can slide the shift shaft, shift fork shaft out. Wow, I can't talk. But all these gears, they don't feel very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just lift this whole transmission up and out. Found a chunk. So we know there's a gear missing a tooth. Now which gear is it? That's the question. How long it's been missing? That's the next question. I don't believe it's on this one here. Whoop, lost it. All right, so let's just go ahead, since I dropped that, we'll just go ahead and take this thing apart real quick. What comes off, in the order it comes off. They don't look too bad. I was gonna wait to take the transmission apart down in the video, but since that ends all comes apart freely, no problem. I could definitely, transmission's pretty worn spots, but that tooth is gonna be off something over here. The shift forks look pretty good, honestly. They all look good, not a bunch of wear on them. So let's set this part of it off to the side. Let's take a, here's the piece that I found. That's a tooth of a gear. So we need to figure out what that came off of, which gear it came off of. All the dogs don't look too bad there. On the free spin wheel, free spin gear. Holy crap. Well, where's it at? What did that break off of? That's a tooth off a gear. But I'm not seeing it. Oh, there you go. Right there. Holy smokes. Well, we can see what our problem was there. Let's go ahead and jump in there and take a close-up of what's going on here. See that? All those teeth are missing. This used to be a drag bike. Oh man, I think that gear, I had to look, I don't know which gear that is, because I'm gonna guess, man, if I can look, I don't even know off the top of my head. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this apart in front of you guys, if I can, because I think that gear might be pressed on. I cannot remember. So I know one of these gears is made 2. First gear is made 2. This is the input shaft, of course. Let me look up and see what gear that is. For some reason, my brain's not calculating it, but that's what we got going on right there. So we'll probably be able to clean this all out. Put a new gear in there, or might have to do a whole shaft, I don't know. Clean it all up really good. Take a look at the crank. Everything looks kind of good in there so far what I can see. So hopefully we can find all the debris that was down in there already and see what's going on. All right, so what we got, that is second gear drive. I figured that was, Guy used to drag race this, so he's probably either starting in second or going from first and slamming it into second, causing that problem. So let's take a look. That gear would mesh up with, I believe, this guy right here in the end. And he doesn't look too bad. Let's see. What gear is that? Make sure I'm on the right one here. That's third. So let's see, second gear drive. Is second gear drive. Oh, second gear driven, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's this guy right here, second gear driven. That's what I thought. I thought I was crazy for a second. It doesn't look too bad. Honestly, that one doesn't look too bad, but boy, I tell you what, that guy there, he's trash. So that whole transmission shaft's gonna have to come apart, and I'm pretty sure that gear's pressed on. I'll double check on the service manual, so I'll get that ordered up. I'll have to box all this stuff up until that part comes in. I got other jobs to do while this is waiting on parts. And then we'll jump on this, putting that back together, get it back in the bike, and see what we get, along with new O-rings. Remember, all this has got to be cleaned. Gasket sealer goes on there, and we will torque all that down when it goes back together. So that's what we found so far. So this is going to make it a quick part 2 of this 2005 Gsxr 1000 transmission problem that we thought may have been a clutch, but now we know it is a second gear drive, and the second gear driven looks good, and we'll check the rest of the gears, but I think we'll be okay so far. I'll check the dogs and stuff like that, make sure they're all meshed up and not destroyed off camera, and we'll get to part 3 of putting this thing back together. So again, guys, if you got any questions about motorcycles, ATVs, or UTVs, drop a comment down below. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Turn on those post notifications. Like this video. I know it's short, not very informative. I didn't have a lot of time today. Got a lot of other jobs here in the shop to get taken care of too. But again, if you need any questions, just hit me up at limitlesspowersports78@gmail. Comment here. Find me on Facebook and here on YouTube. Again, guys, I'm Kyle with Limitless Power Sports Service Repair. I'll catch you guys on the next upload.